Happy Saturday, everyone. If you're in Europe, grab the popcorn. This is going to be an amazing evening, a very short but sweet episode. And if you're in the US, good morning. And everyone else in the world, welcome to the show. My name is Megan Nilsson, aka Crypto Megan, coming to you from sunny southern Marbella, Spain. And I'm super bullish tonight. I've got the purple, usually it's the bullish green, but this is an evening special. And I want to show you guys my shirt, actually. I really like it. You see that? I actually had this shirt made for me at Money 2020 in Las Vegas, one of the biggest fintech events in the world last year, where I was speaking and things were really, really exciting. So now I've got my shirt on. I'm ready to go. I'm here for it. And for all of you who are here for it, thank you for being here. We have a very, very amazing journey ahead. It'll be a wild ride. There'll be ups and downs, but I guarantee you I'll be here every step of the way. I will never abandon this channel, and I'm here for it. Guys, I'm here for it. So today I'm going to explain just exactly where Bitcoin is right now, what we're looking for in the near to medium term, and then we're going to zoom out. And I'm going to explain to you some statistics from now until the end of the decade, actually, to open your mind a little bit about what's possible. Because as I said in previous episodes, and I'll repeat until I'm blue in the face because I want you to win, this is the exact same time I made one of my biggest investments in this market to date. And it really played out well for me. And I want you guys to be able to do the same, because right now, according to Plan B and a lot of other charts, is statistically the best time to start averaging in before the price increase. Could you have had a better entry during the bear market? Sure. But what you did now, if you're just getting in now, is you skipped all of the pain and the headache and the hassle. But if you've been following my channel, you know that we keep things cool, calm, and collected. We're in this for the long run. So we are just setting it and forgetting it and trying to have as least amount of stress possible. So if you like that, hit the subscribe, give me a like, hit that notification bell, and drop a comment. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. And in the end, we're going to zoom out and I'm going to show you where we're at now, what we're expecting, and just why I'm so optimistic. If you've been around in this market for as long as I have and seen multiple cycles, I can't help but be optimistic about what's to come. I mean, it blows my mind when you see the statistics and the data. This is the fastest growing adoption curve in human history. How could I not be bullish? However, I know that I have the responsibility to give you guys information that can help you keep you level-headed, yet not close your mind off to what's possible and what's in the realm of possibility. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm also going to give you a few price predictions off the top of my head for some of the top altcoins in my portfolio that they could realistically reach. And tomorrow for Strategy Sunday, I'll be doing a deeper dive. So let me know if you want me to start doing lives on Sundays and we'll do them together. But without further ado, let's dive right into it. So I'm going to do something I don't often do, and I'm going to start with my price predictions. And I say that like that because what I think could realistically happen in this coming bull cycle, and I'll get back to that at the end of the show, possibly tomorrow in the Strategy Sunday. But I just want to start with some of those stats and some of those numbers to get you guys thinking about the possibilities and about the strategies for your own portfolio. Of course, none of this is financial advice. You need to do your own research, do what resonates with you, and of course, invest the amount you can afford to lose. Don't get too over leveraged in these markets. Just invest enough that you're fine with that. You're fine if you lose it all and you set it and forget it and you don't have the stress. These markets can be way easier than people make them out to be. They can be way less stressful. You just have to have a long-term mindset, understand how the cycles work, and have conviction in what you're investing in. And that comes with learning and being there day in and day out and putting in the work. So if you're here, congratulations. On that note, I'm going to get right into it. So Ethereum, the top 4 to 5 altcoins in my portfolio. There's more, but I'm just going to name some off the top of my head now, just for you guys to understand the kind of things that I'm looking at, what I'm planning for. Ethereum, I believe that it is within the realm of possibility that Ethereum hits even between 15,000 to 20,000 at the height of this cycle. Link, I believe Link is a $100 sleeping giant that we can buy for $11. We can buy $100 bills for $11 right now. That's what I believe about Link, and possibly beyond. Chain Link. And then we've got Cardano. Cardano, for me, man, I'm going to show you a chart later on. I show this every show almost because I want to ingrain it in your mind and your brain, the possibilities that we have with these projects that are still so small comparatively in market cap and in growth and in, everything, because our crypto market is so small, but have so much room to run. That's Cardano. ADA. I believe Cardano can hit anywhere between $6 to $8 and possibly $10 at a blow off top. And then, of course, my gem, which is, it was in the top and now it's fallen back a bit and they haven't done a lot of marketing, but it's Theta. I am so bullish on Theta. Theta is a 24x almost. It was when it was at 60 cents just a week ago. Now it's at 75 cents. I believe Theta can get obviously back to its all-time high if I believe it's going to do what it did last cycle and beyond and has grown since then, which it has. I believe Theta can minimum get to its all-time high. That is a 24x from where it is now. So, and the last one on the list, XRP. I did a video about XRP yesterday. If you hadn't checked that out, go and check that out. There is some real juice in that video. Lots of gems. And I believe XRP is going to do very, very well. And if XRP just hits its all-time high at 384 from 2 cycles ago, then that's doing very well. I believe it's a 6 or 7x from where it's at now. So, relatively speaking, even if you bought in now and Bitcoin had the crash that it could have, and that would be completely normal for it to have, and I don't want to call it a crash, I'll call it a correction, between 20 to 50%, anywhere from now to the next 4 to 5 months from now, then, maybe you'll get a second opportunity to buy these altcoins lower. However, waiting could be dangerous as well. Dollar cost averaging is powerful. Guys, it's powerful and it's the least stressful way to get exposure to these markets. So now I'm going to show you where we're at in Bitcoin and what I'm seeing in the altcoins and why I think you should have a sense of urgency, not rush, not FOMO, urgency to learn and to start making your strategy, because these altcoins are starting to wake up. And when they start to take off, when altcoin season happens, and I'm going to tell you exactly when it happens in this episode, they don't wait for anybody. So it's better to already have your strategy set. So looking at this first chart of Bitcoin, this is from Crypto Revolution, amazing channel. He has a YouTube channel. His name is Chris. He also has a trading channel that I'm a part of. Absolutely incredible. Go check that out if you want to learn how to trade. So Bitcoin is in a rising wedge, and typically rising wedges are bearish formations that break to the downside. However, when they do break to the upside, it's a parabolic move. Now, as I stated in some previous episodes, which I'll link to here at the end, you should really go through all those episodes to understand really where we are. Bitcoin could have on this run anywhere from 40 to 45,000 now, and it doesn't seem to be over. In fact, I think it's still got room in the tank to run another couple weeks if we don't break down out of this rising wedge. And what I'm going to show you here is what it's supposed to do when it breaks down out of the wrong way. So here we have a falling wedge, which is typically a bullish formation. When it breaks out of a falling wedge, it's a parabolic move because it's exacerbated because it's against the odds. When it breaks up against the odds in a rising wedge, it's also a parabolic move. And that's what Bitcoin does a lot of the time in a bullish environment. In fact, it did it on this last move higher. So we may just see another move higher out of Bitcoin, which would probably take the altcoins higher as well. What I do want to show you here is you may be thinking, when is altcoin season? And you know what? A lot of them are waking up now. Things are changing. Things are different. In the whole depths of this bear market and even this first stage of the bull market, news will come out, super bullish news, especially for Chainlink that just announced a partnership with Swift. I mean, they are announcing big partnerships. Didn't move. Quiet. There was crickets. I mean, this whole period of accumulation for Chainlink would have been a phenomenal time to buy. It's just the question of whether you would have had the patience to see it through. And I mean, like, it just blows my mind when I talk about patience in the crypto market, because really, I mean, yes, it's from 2022. It's from this whole consolidation move to the right started in May 2022, and it's been going down for well more longer than that. However, in the traditional financial markets, I mean, that's not seen as patience. It's seen as actually very quick. So we need to keep things in perspective, right? We're not here to get rich overnight. We're here to build wealth over time. And how you do that is strategically, calmly, and collectively. I always like to show this is right where I bought Link last cycle, right here, right before the halving. And you can see the rest is history. It went on into its parabolic move, and now we're here. And as I'm showing you here, the altcoins are starting to wake up. They're breaking above their 200-day moving averages, which is typically a sign that they're going to start getting into bullish territory and resume an uptrend. As you can see, the whole time link was above the yellow line here, which is a 200 daily moving average. It was in a bull trend. And as soon as it fell below that, we were in a bear trend. So things are changing. Things are different. Keep that in your mind. And now I'm going to explain to you just exactly when altcoin season is going to come. So phase one is Bitcoin. The flow of money moves into Bitcoin, causing prices to surge. That's the phase we're in right now. It's all about BlackRock and Bitcoin and the Bitcoin ETF. Meanwhile, nobody's paying attention to Ethereum and the Ethereum ETF that is most definitely going to come right after, and then all the altcoins. So we are strategizing now for those moves. So phase overlap. Money flows into Ethereum, but it struggles to keep up with Bitcoin. Ethereum goes back and forth with Bitcoin and starts outperforming it. Phase two, Ethereum. Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin, and we hear talks of the flippening. Phase overlap. Money is starting to trickle into large caps where we see large buy-ups happening. Phase three, large caps. Ethereum has been outperforming Bitcoin, and large caps are going parabolic. Parabolic. Phase overlap. Regardless of market cap, some altcoins with strong fundamentals are having pumps. And phase four, full-on altcoin season, baby. The people that have not talked to you in years start calling you, asking about Bitcoin. It's like clockwork. The only thing that has been tried and true and consistent throughout history are human emotions. Don't forget that. Phase four, large caps have gone full vertical, and we're seeing blow off tops. Mid caps, low caps, micro caps all tend to pump around the same time. Large caps have been outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum, and it seems every coin is going parabolic regardless of the fundamentals. Memes are everywhere, and everyone is excited, and you feel the mania in the air. It's hard to imagine that now, but we will get there, and I will prepare you for that because you're not going to get caught up in all the euphoria. You're going to be planning your exit at that time. So that's good. So right now we're still in this very, very initial phase of altcoins starting to wake up. So we need to take notice of this. And at the end, I'm going to explain, and I've said this in other videos, tomorrow in my strategy deep dive, I'll explain much more in detail about my price predictions for the 5 altcoins that I mentioned at the beginning of this video, for Link, for Ethereum, for XRP, for Theta, and for Cardano. But today is just to give you an idea to warm you up for tomorrow's show. Okay. So Bitcoin price prediction by end of the year, I still stand the same. I don't think that we'll see a Bitcoin price of higher than 48,000 to 50,000 by the end of this year. Next year, I believe that Bitcoin could land somewhere around 100,000 to 150,000. And the altcoins, I already mentioned those in the beginning. Go back and watch that again if you want to check out the price for those. And now we're going to move into the thing that excites me the most. And I hope that it excites you, and it should excite you if you want to start building a plan and not get burned and not get frustrated and not lose patience, because this is how you win. Are you ready? So, every single show. I mean, most of the shows I have to show this because people ask, okay, but you need lots of money to make good money in this market. No, you just have to be strategic and patient and reinvest and compound your gains over time. This is where I bought Cardano in the last cycle of February 29, 2020. Bitcoin was at $9,000 and I bought Cardano just under 5 cents. And if you would have had a $500 investment at that time, it would have been $31,000. So imagine what you could have done with that in this the bear market we just had. That's how you play this. The problem is a lot of people don't take profits and they get caught up, and then it goes right back down to where it was before. However, it doesn't actually. It builds in its growth. Cardano, for example, I invested at 5 cents, and its low of this cycle was, I believe it's around 20 cents, and now it's at 30 cents. So I'm still exponentially ahead of where I was when I invested before. Some of the altcoins have been beaten down a lot more than that, but that's okay. I just want you guys to get an idea of how this works. And if I would have bought there and held on for multiple cycles, I still have some Cardano from that. Check this out. $500 now becomes $100,000. $5,000, $1 million. I mean, these numbers, they compound quickly, guys. And these are realistic numbers. Now, I don't think we'll see 62x gains out of many of the altcoins in one cycle like I did anymore, because each cycle is now diminishing returns and the market caps are getting bigger and bigger. However, I do believe we will see this over time. I really do. I think it's possible, especially with how fastest market is growing. And I'm not just going to say that, I'm going to back it up with numbers, statistics, and charts so you guys really understand that I'm not just throwing numbers around here. I want to help you win, period. So all of this information is to help you. It's to help you, and you will make your own strategy and you do what works for you. You know your risk tolerance. Everybody's at a different stage in life, but everybody has the opportunity to get some kind of exposure that works for them now. Next up, crypto, NFTs, Web3 is the tectonic shift. On the inside, we see all the people investing and all the resources and talent flowing into the space. To the outside world, it's confusing. They have no idea what crypto is. That is the nature of change. First, they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, and finally, they accept defeat. Hopefully, it's not accepting defeat. It's accepting that this is a revolutionary technology that's going to change our lives forever and wanting to be a part of that revolution. I like that better. I'm an eternal optimist, as you guys can see, as you can tell. I hope you can. And that's just my outlook on this market. 70% of the population lives in a consensus state, herd mentality. That is the honest to God truth. That is the truth, sad but true. So here people are standing in line for 69,000 when they could have bought it 48,000. This is funny because this is actually like a meme from last cycle. And now you're thinking, well, 48,000 would have been the worst thing ever. But Michael Saylor bought Bitcoin at 45,000. I mean, people are averaging in, and over time, it's really not going to matter. If you have a dollar cost average strategy, you're going to win. So this is what happens with most people, which I don't want you to fall into. I want to build a community of free thinkers here, people who really challenge what's going on in society and they make decisions for themselves. So most people look to external sources to form their opinions, like mainstream media, which constantly lies to you. Even this ETF narrative, the BlackRock ETF, that's been in the news circulating for years. It comes up every bull run. There's a narrative. There's a narrative that kicks off like a catalyst, kicks off the bull market. Last time it was PayPal getting in and Jack Dorsey leaving Twitter, going to Block, and what else? It was Elon Musk accepting crypto accepting Bitcoin for Teslas. There's always a narrative, but the charts say it first, the cycles say it first. And the fact of the matter is that every 4 years we have a halving, the reward gets cut in half, and this is baked into the code. And historically, this is what happens. Maybe it won't always happen, but we can only look to past cycles that don't ever repeat, but they often rhyme. So in order to be successful in crypto, we must learn to master our emotions, to retrain our minds, and to essentially buy fear and sell greed. It sounds so simple, but it's so complicated at the same time because of emotions. So what I'm telling you is that you can make this much, much simpler. It does not have to be complicated. It's just you've got to learn as much as you possibly can and build that strategy. The bigger picture. So you're investing in a technology adoption curve that will go from, well, when I did this presentation, it was 300 million. Now it's 425 million to 3.7 billion users by the end of the decade. In the next 9 years, we will onboard another 3.4 billion users, more than 10x the current user base. This is the fastest growing technology adoption curve since the internet itself. We are poised for something that it is unimaginable. The real fortunes in this country have been made by people who have been right about the business they invested in and not right about the timing of the stock market. By Mr. Warren Buffett himself, we can just replace stock with crypto, with anything. If you're right about the market you're in, it doesn't matter at what time you get in, just that you get in at all, right? And you have a long-term vision and you set it and forget it. Warren Buffett actually invested in a crypto-friendly bank called Nubank in Brazil, which was his first exposure to Bitcoin, which he previously called rat poison. And he is now in $130 million in profit after investing only in 2021. So even Mr. Buffett himself is starting to realize that this is an asset class that is here to stay and it's going to change our lives. The future is crystal clear. We're coming to the end, guys, but I hope you're still with me because this is important. All external factors seem irrelevant when you pay attention to the fact that all the internet's most brilliant minds are heading to Web3, crypto, blockchain, all of it. These brilliant minds are shifting their entire focus for the future on crypto and NFTs. This may or may not be reflected in the price in 2022, but there is only one possible conclusion to draw from this. The surges and crashes will look like mere blips on the radar. It's powerful. It's powerful compared to where we're headed. So I wrote this in 2022, but you just replace it. 2023, 24, the price will work itself out. If the technology keeps keeps going, the community keeps growing, and it keeps adapting, getting better and better, then where we're headed is where we're headed, and we'll hit those price targets when we hit them. The timing is irrelevant as long as you've got the patience. The only possible conclusion: a historic flood of talent flooded into the Web3 space. These technologies will grow exponentially over the next years and decades. And just like the internet did for brick and mortar, we're seeing crypto do for the internet, brick and mortar, and beyond. This is a revolution that no one day, one person, or one policy can control. So that's it for today. I hope you got some value out of this. Stay tuned for tomorrow for Strategy Sunday. Let me know if you want me to start making live sessions so we can do this together and I can answer your questions. And thank you so much for tuning in today. I'll see you tomorrow.